I'm at Stonebridge Boxing Club to meet a boxer like no other. Despite holding the London middleweight title and representing England 6 times, he faces his toughest challenge yet. This is a story of Kelvin Bilal Fawaz. Kelvin, many thanks for joining us today. We're here at the Stonebridge Boxing Club. Is this gym where you feel you're happiest and safest?
This is where I feel most comfortable, not safest, because this doesn't make me feel safe. It just helps me relinquish some emotions that I can't relinquish anywhere else. So when I hit this babies, I feel relieved.
So where did your passion for boxing begin?
I don't know. I always had this anger in me. Not anger, but this hunger. I've always had this drive. And regardless whether it's boxing or anything, I always put my 110%. I was just watching TV one day and I saw people boxing and I was shouting at the TV. And then my brother said, well, if you like boxing so much, why don't you try it? And then I tried and I create damages in the ring, man. I started beating up people that was even training for 10 years. It's not about how much time you train or how many years. It's about how much pain you have, how much hunger, how much desire, how much you want it so bad. It's not only in boxing, in anything else. If you are 50% in pursuing a degree, you're not going to pass. But if you put commitment into it, you will pass.
And at what point did you think you was quite good at boxing then?
I never realized I was good at it. Honestly, I still don't see it. I'm telling you.
Really?
I'm telling you, I still don't see it. You know, people say, oh, you're good, you're talented, but I don't see it. I just see, I realize the more harder I work at something, the better I become. So it's not talent, it's just practice. And I just practice a lot. And when people say you're good, I still think that I'm not good enough. I mean, when a painter stopped painting a picture, he didn't finish working on it. He just stopped. He didn't finish the picture. He stopped working on it. That's it. Because the more you do something, the more you get better at it.
You have represented England 6 times.
Yeah.
That must give you a lot of pleasure.
Yes, I felt like I belonged to something. I feel like I belonged to something, a group. I've never had that feeling before. I've always felt like an outcast, or because I never had a country. I never had no friends. When I met, it gave me a bit of hope, you know, that no matter how hard my life is or how hard I'm working, that eventually something good will come out of it. If you're a representative of a country, then it means that you're up to a good level.
So tell us a little bit about your childhood in Nigeria.
When I was growing up, it was difficult, but that's all I knew. I never knew anything else, so it wasn't difficult. That's just the way of life for me. It was just the way of life. Sometimes we didn't have meals to eat, but that was normal for me because that's how we've always lived. It's only when I got here I realized, oh my God, things are different. They said the more you talk about some things that is hurting you, the more you feel relieved. So I was a kid. I was a naughty kid. Since I was a kid, I was naughty. My dad came one day and took me away from my mom's house and took me to an uncle's house, an Uncle Bart. I stayed with him until I was 14. My dad came frequently to visit, but then he never came again. And then at the age of 14, Uncle Bart said he's gonna take me to to London to meet my dad. I was ecstatic, I was delighted. I felt this jubilating sensation that I want to go, I want to do this. Because if you're a little man, you're a little kid, and you hear that you're traveling abroad, it's like your whole life just changed. So I got here, and what I anticipated was not what came to pass. I was taken to a house. I wasn't allowed to do anything or go to school, and then I ran out, I was crying, and man pointed me to the social services. And then I've been with the social services ever since. Like I said, it was normal for me. That's all I knew. It was difficult because I looked at some kids that has mom and dad and I'm like, oh my God, They're really cool. They go home, they sit down, they watch TV, they have everything ready for them. I had to cook my own food at the age of 16, 17, 18. I had to provide for myself. I had to wash my clothes. I had to think of how I'm gonna get to places. So it was difficult. It was. I wouldn't change that life for anything else. I wouldn't want a parent and a dad. I would love to, but I wouldn't be as strong as I am right now. I wouldn't be motivated. I wouldn't be hungry for success. I wouldn't be who I am today if I had parents with me.
Do you think that having a family network as such, an elder figure in your life perhaps led you down the wrong path?
Because I never had the parental guidance or anyone to look up to, I look up to myself. So I made huge mistakes at the early stage of my life. So that gave me that kind of gradually teaching me how to become a man.
What mistakes?
Like hanging around the wrong people, if a fight is about to happen, I will ignite that situation. I will put more petrol to it. But because I've done those things in the past and I grew up and now I'm 29, but I don't think like a 29. There are men that are more older than me and they don't have the motivation that I have. I'm not saying that they're not motivated, it's just that I've suffered enough that I know what I want, and I'm not gonna settle for anything.
And I guess those tough times gave you the desire to do something positive with your life, such as boxing as well.
They were equally good and bad because they helped me. They gave me clarification, they gave me clarity, but they also got me in this position where I am right now. So no matter whatever situation you're in, you don't look at always the bad side or always the good side. You have to see the balance between both of them. So I made mistakes, but I learned from them and I wouldn't want to make them again. And that's why I'm trying so hard. I mean, I haven't been able to work, but I'm still focused. I'm still the national champion for 2012. I'm still the current champion for London light middleweight. I'm a 3 different weight champion. It's not been done in amateur boxing.
And I guess you fueled all that negative energy you might have had in the past when you were perhaps a bit angry, and now really fueled it in the right direction. Those list of achievements speaks for itself.
Yeah, the energy, I can't say negative energy. It's just this burden that I've been carrying from my parents, and I was left alone. I want to blame someone. I want to look someone in the eyes and I say, you did it. You made me who I am. You left me, but I have no one to blame. Even it's in there. I haven't really got it out of my system. So sometimes I take out my anger on people that are close to me. And I don't really mean it in that way. It's just that's the only way I can feel okay for the meantime.
Kelvin, you're known as the man without a country. How did that come to being?
That came to be when I applied when I came from Nigeria. I told the Home Office I was Nigerian. That has been on my record since 2004. And I couldn't work or do anything till 2013. I was exhausted. I needed to survive. So I went to the Nigerian embassy and I told them that I want to apply for Nigerian passport because I'm a Nigerian. They turned around and told me I'm not a Nigerian. I didn't even know I was not a Nigerian. I then went back to the Home Office and told the Home Office that I'm not a Nigerian. You can't deport me anywhere, And then the Home Office said, we're not going to take that. We're going to arrest you. And then they arrested me. And then they interviewed me in the presence of the Nigerian High Commission. The Nigerian High Commission basically told them the same thing they told me 3 years ago, that I'm stateless.
Being labelled, say, a man without a country, is that difficult to accept?
It's not difficult to accept because I've always been like that. It's just like I was saying, I've always suffered in my life, so there's nothing, I can't see anything else. I've been here for 15 years. I haven't been able to work or claim benefits or even provide for myself. That is a man without a state. I've been claiming to the Nigerian embassy that I don't have a country, that I would like a passport. They said I'm not one of them. The Home Office would not allow me to work. So I was in a small prison. Now I'm just in a bigger prison. I'm in a prison of a country. I'm 29 and I've never seen a beach from another side, from another country. I'm 29 years old and I've never traveled out of this country. I've never been on holiday in my life. My marriage got ruined because I couldn't provide. I couldn't go uni because I couldn't provide. I couldn't pay it. I couldn't take jobs. I couldn't. It's not a good feeling. It's not.
When you talk about the trivial things on a day-to-day basis, but as you've said,
it hurts.
It hurts, and it's
it hurts.
easy to deal with.
See, there was a show that they watched on TV. They said that whether you have a physical pain on your flesh or a headache or whatever pain or emotional pain from a heartbreak, it is the same place in your brain that lights up. It's no different between physical and emotional. So trust me, it hurts. It really hurts deep down. I'd rather be in a physical pain that can heal and the pain goes away. But this one is a constant reminder. It's like a wound that you keep peeling over and you keep seeing I just want it to be over.
Now you were here boxing recently, and so you was arrested and detained. Talk us through that day.
I was in the gym. I was literally there, about to come in and train, and about 10 police. Between 8 to 10 police came and surrounded me, because of my past and because of my criminal record. I was never a fighter. I'm a boxer, but I never fight in a ring. There's never be on my record. I'm a decent guy. So they just came around and surrounded me. They thought I was going to cause this extravagant scene, this rude and rebellious apprehension of my, captivity. And I just looked at them and I just said, take me, man. Because I knew I didn't do anything wrong. I knew I'm not a criminal. So I knew there's nothing going on. And then when they mentioned the Home Office, I then looked at them and I said, you don't know what you're doing. Because I gave the Home Office details, documentation to indicate that I can't make the sign it because I'm ill. I'm suffering from depression. And I have medicational proof to prove it. They didn't listen. They just arrested me. My caseworker knows exactly where I am. She knows my gym, she knows my phone number, or he knows my phone number. They know my lawyer. All they had to do is call and say, what's going on? Bilal hasn't come and signed, but we've received the letter saying he has problems. Okay, well, where do we go from here? That is the most civilized thing to do. I've been here 15 years, I've never ran away. They've always known where I was. Why would I decide to run away? And they said they arrested me because they think I'm gonna run. What justification do they have to stand on that ground? Because they're allowed to do whatever they want to do. The Home Office, they can do whatever they want. They've been granted the power. I don't know, they need to have a bit of a compassion sensation in them.
And the Home Office are looking to deport you back to Nigeria. How does that make you feel?
When a mother has a baby and she nurtured the baby from birth, from infantry until the baby's been born, and she just abandoned the baby. How does that make you feel? I'll be upset. I'll be abandoned. I'll feel left out. I'll feel cast out. That's how I feel. I feel hurt. I smile, but it really hurts, because everything I've done, everything I know, my whole beliefs and my views and the way of life, the culture, is based on everything I've seen here since I was a kid.
You've applied for citizenships, work permits, but ultimately been refused. Is it hard to accept, given that you've been here for 14, 15 years and you've given something back? You're boxing, you're coaching kids, you've turned your life around. Is it hard for you to accept that?
Based on my analysis and my team's analysis, I feel like the Home Office, they're doing their job. This is what they're supposed to do. But sometimes they shouldn't look at every individual as just a case number or just a file. They should look at the person's life, how he's trying, Any normal human being who sees me in the past, they will damn me, they will condemn me and say this guy is not a nice person, or not even a nice person, he's a naughty kid, because I never did anything bad. I was just naughty. But if you look at me now, I've changed, man. I even train kids. I talk to kids. I give them advice because I know what is bad and I know what is good, because I was there before and I've seen a lot of stuff. I've been in hospital so many times, almost losing my life. So I can relate to my past to the kids more than a person that has never been in that circumstances.
I mean, having represented the England boxing team 6 times, how disappointed are you to not receive the same backing from the nation you represent in the ring?
Yeah, man. It's like you're being suffocated. You know, it's like I don't know what to do. I feel empty. I feel like someone is tying a rope at me, and the rope is being tied to a place, and everyone's walking away, and I try to walk, but I can't go. It's still pulling me back. Now, that rope is the Home Office.
And you've had a lot of support from TGB, the local MPs, your amateur coaches, so the support's always been there. As the petition that was signed by 65,000 people, that must give you a great deal of encouragement.
The magnitude of the supporters and the signatures was overwhelming. I never anticipated that. When I heard I had 65,000, I said, oh my God, are those human beings that signed it? Like literally. I mean, it shows that no matter where you are, there's always good people out there. You know, some people say, oh, you're so this, you're so that. But sometimes hard work can be mistaken for, you know, cockiness. And it shows that no matter how hard you work, there's always people that will recognize you. Not everyone will like, but just keep working hard. And that gave me a bit of an inspiration. I mean, you came here and I was training in the gym. I'm motivated, I'm fired up. I want to proceed. By all those 65,000 people signing, I want to say thank you in a way where they will say, look, I signed for that guy, and look what he's doing now, you know? He's working, he's got his passport, and he actually made us proud, you know? But if I never had that, I would just be a one man that's saying fighting with the Home Office. But with that backing and that gravity of the whole people supporting me, it gives me an extra internal boost. Not physically, mentally, it drives me. I can't thank them enough. My final words to everyone who supported me and signed the petition is, thank you so much. My gratification has no boundaries. And inshallah, by God's grace, we're going to make it.
Thanks very much for your time.
Pleasure, man. It's nice talking to you.